It took him 7 months and just 1 billion Ugandan shillings to literally change the whole medical facility in this particular place. I looked into him more, and he also actually built a new school.
For people from Uganda that messaged me and said, Samuel, can you come down and run a business workshop and teach us about finances in Uganda?
Hi, welcome to my channel. In case you are seeing me for the very first time, please do consider subscribing. I know a lot of you do enjoy my videos, you watch them, but you don't subscribe, you don't comment. You know, those comments and the subscriptions that you always add on this channel, it always motivates me to always come back on here and bring you more content. Please support me.
For those who know my story know that I became a millionaire in property investing in the UK. After that, I started doing YouTube videos and teaching people how to get into property. And there's a group of people from Uganda that messaged me and said, Samuel, can you come down and run a business workshop and teach us about finances in Uganda? So I went out free of charge to deliver this workshop, but unfortunately I never got a chance to deliver the workshop because day one of arriving in Uganda, I had a serious accident. I fell down the River Nile and I broke my leg. So I'm in hospital thinking, why am I here? Why would God allow this to happen? But when I was in hospital, it was terribly small. There was people coming in a worse state than I was that were being sent away because there was no space for them in the hospital. For a while now, we've been giving implants, giving equipment, but we finally just built our very own hospital ward here in Jinja, Uganda. So I'm going to give you a quick tour right now with Daniel, who's the builder and the engineer that designed the whole thing and made it happen on time. So Daniel, firstly I want to say massive thank you, brother.
It's so much.
You did it. Let's go and have a look around. So this building, the Ugandan government predicted it would cost how much to get this built?
You're talking about 6 billion.
6 billion. The Ugandan government didn't have the funds for it, massive need for it, and how much did it cost?
Just 1 billion in a period of 7 months.
They said it would take 3 years. They said it will cost 3 to 6 billion. We did it for 1 billion in 7 months. So credit to you, bro. When the doctor finished my surgery, I went to visit her the following year to say thank you. And I said to her, what can we give you in return? She said, I don't want anything. But what I do want is I want implants, the wires, the equipment. So if you could maybe donate, then that'll be fine. So I said, fine. So I started donating and sending her stuff. And then she came up with the idea. She was like, what we really need is a whole new ward. So now we've built this, the government have been able to justify also employing new people. So there've been 2 new orthopedic surgeons that are going to be resident. They're going to be here all the time for the people of this district. The Ugandan government was so impressed. We've had the president who's messaged us, and they've also started using this same design across other parts of Uganda to build other hospitals. So it's just mad. I'm super happy right now. This would not have been possible without Tony. No one believed that we could get this done for 1 billion, but I guess that's my property development hat.
100%. Your skills as a businessman, your skills in property development and so forth, obviously was essential getting this property.
Yeah, 100%. When the government found out, number one, I'm not using any builders from outside Uganda.
Yeah.
Even the materials, I refuse to get bricks, cement, nothing outside Uganda. Yeah. And taking no salary myself, even my flights I'm paying for myself. I don't think the government quite believe that.
That's the thing, is when we first met them, they were like, oh, very insistent on using government workers, you know, government...
Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not using government, paying 6 billion. They quoted us between 3 and 6 billion.
Yeah.
And wanted it all done with the Ugandan government and the Ugandan government workers. I'm like, no, I want full control of the project, not so I can take money, just so I can get it done fast and I can get it done cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it done, and it's done to a good standard.
Yeah. And they fought us all the way.
Oh, mate, they did.
Yeah.
But now the tables have turned.
Yeah.
And now the president wants to meet me.
Yeah. Now they say, well, who is this guy?
Yeah.
How is he doing it for a third price?
Yeah, what can I say?
So guys, if you're a Twitter buddy like me, I think we've all seen this guy, Samuel LEEDS, who built a new hospital ward which covers over 64 beds and cost him 1 billion Ugandan shillings. And he did this because he just happened to get surgery from that particular hospital and saw that needs of this particular hospital. If you want to read the story of this guy and what prompted him to do what he did, you can go look him up on his Twitter account. He's called Samuel LEEDS, right? But the whole point of this video is solidifying what I've been trying to tell people for the longest time on this app. It took him 7 months and just 1 billion Ugandan shillings to literally change the whole medical facility in this particular place. I looked into him more, and he also actually built a new school.
So here in Uganda, and we've just built this fabulous school, which has literally got 2,000 pupils. It's honestly unreal. Last time we came here, this was all just bare land. And the great thing is, we've not just built the school. There you go, bang. But the Ugandan government have agreed that because we paid for the building, that we've partnered with them and we can have a say in the school curriculum so that the kids are financially literate, which is going to mean that financial literacy is part of the curriculum in the school. And if it goes well, let's talk about rippling it out across the whole of Uganda, working super closely with the government and the Ministry of Education. I'm absolutely overwhelmed.
This man has single-handedly created change within a gap of a year, more change than many of the leaders that people have elected in the past 5 years. Different ministries and individuals are given billions and billions of money each and every single year to improve infrastructure, to improve healthcare, to improve education. And where does it all go? Somehow it disappears. And all the money disappears. That's how we ended up having the most expensive road in the world. Sorry, highway. But ideally, you see my point. Uganda is struggling with accountability to the extent that many of the resources we have could be and are sufficient. It's just that we keep mishandling them. Sorry, taxpayers, not taxpayers, but the people who are given the authority to actually provide these services keep misusing this money. But when young people go to the streets to protest, they are called agents of the devil who are trying to antagonize peace in society, and they are just unemployed and they don't have other things to do. End of quote. This should be a moment of self-reflection, because if one man who ideally is doing this because they are grateful for a doctor having saved their lives in a dilapidated hospital is doing all this, then what more should our leaders do, honestly?
So we see Ugandans really impressed and really excited and really happy about what LEEDS actually did in Uganda, and at least we are not going to really suffer looking for better hospitals, because lately we've been seeing Ugandans traveling to Kenya, traveling to other countries looking for better medication. But at least LEEDS has constructed a good hospital. We are expecting to have good doctors in the country, and at least as Ugandans we are also going to have some jobs, because literally we see a lot of unemployed doctors roaming around the city and saying that they don't have jobs. So shout out to Samuel. We are really happy as Ugandans. What do you think about this act? As a foreigner coming to Africa, coming to a country like Uganda and constructing a hospital in only 7 months. What do you think about this video? So put it down in the commentary and let us meet in the next video that I'll be uploading soon. Please consider subscribing. Love you all.